Yeah.
Well, we can't go any further.
Okay.
Until we acknowledge that you were awarded the sexiest DJ.
Oh yeah. World's sexiest DJ.
World's sexiest DJ.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never be like, ta-da! It's just not my vibe.
But it's a fact.
Somebody claimed or somebody dubbed you that.
It is a fact.
That is a fact.
So congratulations.
Or like, I was never the one to go on a radio show or a TV show. I was like, hi, my name is Colleen and I am the world. I just always felt so kind of, wouldn't that be embarrassing?
It would be a little cringy, I think, to have to, yeah.
But that's why you have us bringing it up instead of you.
Right, exactly. We can call you that.
Guys, like, I like to take like women empowerment, like sexy photos. If I'm behind the DJ booth, I probably sound like a dude. Like type of music that I play, like the high energy and like how I feel about it. Like if I was to step on a basketball court, that's how serious I take it. So like, the world's sexiest DJ thing to me was always, it was like you said, cringy for sure. Thank you. I was always super embarrassed by that. Granted, like I love to take fun photos, like beautiful, like feminine photos.
Yeah.
For Playboy or Maxim, FHM, all that stuff. But yeah, beyond that was like.
I mean, I think when you're named Playboy's 50th anniversary playmate and you're a DJ, I mean, obviously you're sexy if you're the 50th anniversary playmate. Yeah. So it all goes together.
Just a marketing tool.
Yeah.
Welcome, fellow lushes. Come on in, pull up a bar stool, and enjoy some cocktails with Dimples and the Beard.
We got her.
Hi. All right. Perfect. Sorry about that. Okay, we got volume on you. I think we're good to go now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry for the difficulties. Thanks for joining us.
Pressure. I was waiting. Guys, hold on. I told you to come there in person, but this will have to do.
That would have been awesome.
This will do.
We got the Oyster Bay.
Beautiful. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers to you.
So we are joined by Miss January 2004 and Playboy's 50th anniversary playmate.
50th anniversary.
Colleen Shannon. How are you doing tonight?
Well, now that we have Zoom all figured out, I'm doing well. I'm very happy here.
Good.
Awesome.
Good. Thank you so much.
Busy woman, aren't you?
I'm kind of busy. I don't know why I decided to have a couple of kids and start like 6 different companies and write books.
Well, let's hear about all of it, but let's start with the kids. How are your children and what ages we got now? A newborn, right?
Yes, I brought a little prop here.
Oh.
I have 2 boys. I have a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old. And their names are Phoenix and Falcon.
Okay.
Nice.
And like my main motivation in life.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
I get it.
There.
We both have children and we get it. Absolutely.
Hey, bonkers for sure. But I love them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They may drive a little the wine drinking.
Juice.
When they're drinking. So what's the inspiration for their names? Those are neat names.
So kind of interesting. Phoenix just being like the bird that rises from the ashes. And my fiance, he actually had a fiance that had gotten in a car accident. And she died. And he had a huge Phoenix tattoo right here. And I wanted something powerful because like we had both waited until like chapter 3 of our lives to have children. And so it was Stephen Phoenix, Michael. And then the second one, I thought for sure was a girl because I just imagined everything pink. And I was like, there's obviously a chance it could be a boy. So I was driving up in Lake Tahoe and there's a called Eagle Rock. And I thought, what could be just as strong as Phoenix, a boy? And I just Falcon. And then I looked up the spiritual meaning of Falcon and it was like, that was it.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Lake Tahoe, beautiful. Wow. Beautiful
Oh,
place.
Yes.
Definitely
Nice.
I would love to go back and see it again.
Never been there.
Oh, it's breathtaking. It actually is breathtaking. So it's nice that it was an inspiration for the name. That's nice.
Yeah.
So other companies, well, like what? What are we starting? What's new with you? Do we want to do new or old right away? What do you feel like talking about right now?
I think like my goal right now is just finishing the ideas and the businesses, because so many of us, I feel like, I had things that I started 7 years ago, but I never saw the finish line.
Okay.
And this is the time to like finish that, to see what's next with life. So when I had my first one, Stevie Phoenix, I was an international DJ for like 15 years. And I would be there. I had one baby on my arm and then I was just literally reaching out, like wanted to DJ so bad. And it's like, you have to understand, like, if the universe is not wanting that for you or what have you, like, it was just like, it wasn't happening. I was getting so frustrated. I started writing a book called DJ Boy. That's like, it's about a boy who teaches like the music fundamentals. Super cute, kind of after like a Dr. Seuss type of theme.
Okay.
So there's DJ Boy. I just signed the publishing deal on that, which I'm super excited about. Just like, I want to get things out of my brain to the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to hear because I went looking for DJ Boy books. And so I'm not going crazy. They're not out. They're not out yet.
So nobody else has done it. So that's a good thing. Then a friend of mine called me maybe like 2 or 3 years ago and asked if I was interested in doing a sneaker collaboration. And that one actually is happening and is online. So it's a pink sneaker snakeskin by Soulsfang. And the vibe is like, do what your soul tells you. Because I believe like we all have this like inner voice that gets so clouded with, every day, everything that we're going through, that I want to see people like follow through with like their missions, like why we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned the name of the company because I could not for the life of me figure out how to pronounce Soul's Fang. So now I got that down. They're cool looking sneakers. And it's sneakers are obviously a big deal right now. A lot of people are into the fashion sneakers. So
yes.
Now, did you have input in how they were designed and color or texture or anything?
I went with pink pretty much because I thought I was having a baby girl. I was thinking, oh, how cute, we can do like mommy daughter like photo shoots and this and that. And then once we launched the pink, I noticed, not everybody is a pink person. So then I started to do a white, which I love. The crispy white ones are super fresh. And then also in plain black, which are super fresh also. So also I really want to tap into anything that I do, like moving forward in my career. I want to be able to do something that helps communities and stuff. So I'm going to be reaching out to breast cancer foundations and any types of sales or anything that goes into anything that has to do with breast cancer, be able to give a portion of the proceeds to charity.
nice.
That's
That's awesome.
wonderful. It's wonderful. I see your the shoes are a little bit like the outside, the texture. It's got a pattern throughout the whole sneaker. Where did that come from?
So when I was originally designing it, I was thinking of purses, I was thinking of great shoes, and then all of a sudden I was thinking of baby pythons. And
Yes.
then I kind of opened up my mind a little bit more and thinking, there's a great deal of people that are more like conscious about stuff like that. And so I changed it to a faux python to not offend the masses.
Yeah.
But people buy leather goods and such. And if I do decide to do that down the future, for me, I was just trying to get something that, definitely people wouldn't be offended by.
Yeah,
sure.
Right.
Well, they definitely look neat, and
they are.
They're a different looking sneaker, which sets you apart, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do love a nice clean white pair of sneakers. That's just
The white ones are so fresh. Even I've met a few golfers and they're like, yeah, they really want to take them golfing and see how they work.
nice.
And the sole that's what the actual owner, he builds robots for Tesla,
Oh wow.
like designs all this crazy stuff. And the sneakers are just like a passion project. So he was in on like designing the Yeezys, Jordans for Nikes, et cetera, all this stuff. So this is just kind of like a fun thing for him for the
cool.
time.
That's awesome. So you got, if he's designing those kind of shoes, you got obviously got one of the best shoe designers out there.
Exactly.
Pretty badass.
Nice.
Perfect. How long ago did you get started with him? Did he approach you or did you approach him?
It was a friend of mine back in Los Angeles, and he is one of their main USA representatives. And he said, this is going to be our first United States collab. So if you're interested in it, and of course I was interested in it. So we started working, and we went back and forth with like 9 prototypes. A lot of it takes a lot of
I believe that, but that process has got to be kind of neat to see the progress and the different types and have a say in, hey, I want this.
The fun part that I'm going to be getting into within like the next year or two is just like the marketing. Cause I took I'm always a DJ by heart, but like I started noticing these shuffle dancers. Are you guys familiar with shuffle dancers?
Not at all.
Not unless you mean line dancing, shuffling. I don't know.
So no, probably, hopefully in 6 months will be after I work on all this stuff. It's just like a really fresh way of dancing where it's like, I feel as an adult, like a grown up, like we get so weighted down. It's just kind of like these shuffle dancers, the way they dance is just like light on air. It's just like the energy is like up here. So I went to LA, casted like the LA Shuffle Squad, which was over like 16 dancers. And just, I don't know, something about the way they dance, just it brought something like to my heart that I was just like, I love this vibe. Like I love this energy.
That's
okay.
Cool.
Well,
That's cool.
I just wrote it down. I'm gonna look them up just to see how it is.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll start taking
shuffle
lessons.
Dancing. You should.
Because I'm getting old and weighted down. I need to do something to light on my feet.
Oh my gosh.
Sure.
What your guys' drink is, because this must be a far stretch from cocktails.
What we typically will tailor to the guest and just try and drink whatever. I mean, when we first started this thing, we were guestless. We were just the two of us, and we would just try and find just as exotic a cocktail as we could, and then find some stories that went with the name of the cocktail. But now we just kind of drink what the guest wants. So,
Okay.
but we're in Wisconsin, so we love old fashions. I mean, if we have to pick a favorite cocktail, I think I can speak for both of us, and the old fashioned is it.
Yeah, see, I would love to probably come there like next year and have some old fashions with you guys.
Heck yeah.
Doors always open anytime. Yeah,
Open invitation.
It's certainly hard for us to find live guests because we're not in any big metropolis area by any means. So,
Right. So
Best areas though, sometimes.
yeah, we're in a good area of Wisconsin, but
we love it.
yeah.
We love it. And we got to touch on your DJing because obviously it's a passion to you, and you bring it up. Are you DJing currently? And what's some good stories about your DJs? You were all over the world, it seems like.
So, okay. I started like 15 years ago, and I was in every country. I'm talking Africa, China, Paris, Alaska. I would go to every state in the United States, like Norway, Sweden, Ireland. And it's kind of like I had a few people pass away in my family. So I don't want to get all emo, but my mom and my brother. And I heard someone say like 6 months ago, they say that you can lose your song.
Okay.
Like losing your song is like that song, like your song inside of you is like the most beautiful thing. And it just kind of like, I just kind of stopped. So I started writing and I started producing, and I wrote like some beautiful songs. And right now I have offers in Ecuador, in Mexico, in London. So that's it. Like I got my passport, I got to book my tickets. It's just, it's there again.
Okay.
It would feel like I was kind of mourning, you know what I mean? So when I play again, like I know there's been times when I've practiced, like literally I'll start like jumping up and down on benches. I can feel it like so heavy. So when I do play again, like I'm excited for that energy.
That's awesome.
I can only imagine. That's gotta be neat to look out and have almost control of it, the whole everybody in front of you.
Yes.
You control their vibe, you control their movement. So I never thought of it. That's gotta be a great feeling.
It's an exchange. It's so much like when I first started, I started out in Hollywood, and I would literally carry my music to a fondue bar in Wilcox where maybe 10 people came. And if 15 people came, that was a good night. Like I was high on life. And manager, and he's like, what do you want to do? I said, well, I'm act, and I want to be a DJ and I want to be a playmate. And I said, but I don't want to play for a lot of people. Like I'm kind of shy. So he has me DJ for, the first one was swingers party for Cortland. It was like a black tie affair. And so I'm thinking, okay, as a DJ, you got to think like, you got to set the vibe. So I'm thinking like Donna Summers, like sexy songs, Love to Love You, Baby, like all this like sexy stuff. And it definitely got sexy. Like, I think I had to run home. I was like, do you want to go upstairs? And I saw things going on the couches and all this stuff. I was like, whoa, this was why.
Wow. That's
quite
interesting. Yeah, that's quite the DJing story. That's not what I expected.
Why do they need a DJ?
Yeah, cool. And then I went to Miami right after that, and like I walk in, Kid Rock is on like the main stage. And I went to play like the food room, and it was just like it went from 100 people to 500 people to 5,000 to 10,000, all in a matter of less than 5 months.
Wow.
And I was freaking out. I was like definitely freaking out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a quick rise to all of a sudden be in front of that many people. And I mean, that's crazy. I can't even imagine.
And this started after the Playboy.
Right after, like the fondue bar before.
Okay.
That was before. And then yeah, like the touring started, and it's just like it did not stop. I'm telling you, for like over 10 years.
Jeez.
So how does that happen? How do you say I want to plan a tour as a DJ? That's odd to me.
So basically, I had a manager at the time. Pardon me. I'm drinking with you. You don't mind. Cheers.
We can do a little refill time here. We haven't done a refill time in quite a while.
Absolutely. We're not going to cork the bottle. So there.
You're not corking the bottle?
We're going to finish it is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So yeah, my manager, it started booking, and then I was doing TV shows on top of that. And like How I Met Your Mother, I got a show like over in the UK, and like did not stop.
Were you allowed to DJ? And I'm asking this because of when you were the 50th anniversary Playmate, your life is consumed by appearances as a Playmate, correct? For the next year or something. So were you able to DJ during that time, or were you strictly playmating?
So, I mean, the way that my DJ career kicked off was obviously like my pay was better as a DJ. Like I have great respect for Playboy, but if I could make X amount of dollars being a DJ, you know, and go and, you know, be humbled and go like still DJ at the Playboy Mansion, you know, from time and stuff like that. But my manager at the time, he was really funny. Like he didn't want me to have a bunny costume. He kind of wanted me to have a different kind of, I don't know. I don't even know what you would call it. I didn't really get a chance to be like a Playmate and like sit there and sign autographs because I was so. And when I met Hef, literally, Hef was like, "Why do you want to be a Playmate?" And I said, "I'm so serious about my career. Like, I love Jenny McCarthy. I love Pamela Anderson. I love Marilyn Monroe. I love women that leave a mark for the magazine that is like, it's just like it's more."
Yeah.
You know, I think he understood that. So I think that they were probably kind of ticked off at me, and then, you know, I don't know, one of those things.
It seemed to work out.
So how did they discover you for Playmate? Because there was like over 10,000 women submitted for the
50th.
The 50th anniversary. Is that?
It's a big deal.
Oh, well, you know, I wanted to do Playboy for so long. Like, guys, I would literally open up the magazine when I was 18 years old, and I had it right next to my counter. I would try and emulate everything that they were. I would do my makeup, do my hair, like practice my poses. Like, and I tried about 5 times and I failed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To be just a regular Playmate.
For regular Playmates. Like I told my best friend, I'm like, "Oh my God, they're coming here. They're doing a scout. Like, let's go." And I'm all excited. I was wearing some crazy like go-go boots and some white eyeshadow and just not really doing my thing correctly. And she got like the special editions. Then I tried to do like a DJ edition, and that at the time was paying like $5,000, which when I was like 20 something, that was like a really, really big deal. My friend Tommy literally kept all my promotional material and never gave it to Playboy. So there was about 3 or 4 or 5 times that I wanted to do it, and I just did not make it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But
yeah,
did you have to resubmit for the 50th, or did they pull from old submissions?
No. So how did it happen? So I met this actor, and he really knew how to play the entertainment game. Like, let's say it's just like life. Like, you want something so bad, And if you can't really have it, you want it a little bit more. So if he put me in the studio with, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Victoria Silvstedt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So she's a 6 foot tall version of everything I would ever want to see in life. So he's like, okay, you have a shoot with Victoria today. We're going downtown. You're going to be shooting for Maxim, blah, 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 blah. And Playboy calls him there in the studio. And he basically is like, I'm sorry, she's not available. Like, no, she's going to be shooting for X amount of days and da, 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 da. And they were going like, is this guy crazy? Like,
Sure.
Like, it was, I think they kind of liked a little bit of like that game in the business.
Yeah.
And so finally he goes, you're going to go to Playboy. Like, I don't want you to wear any makeup, like be completely natural, no makeup. And I used to love my makeup. and then he also asked me, like, are you willing to sleep with Hugh Hefner?
Oh.
And I was doing AT&T commercials, Nokia commercials, these music videos. I had like real agents. And I said, no, you know what? Like, I believe in like credibility.
Mm-hmm.
And I had already been able to like make a good living on being like decent and honest and, they stick to my guns. And I know, like Hef would write me letters. He'd say, well, will you come meet me like in the limo? And then we go to this club. I said, no, I'll meet you at the club. Will you come stay at the mansion? No, I will not stay at the mansion. And Hef like, what the hell is this? Like, is this really happening?
Yeah.
And so for Half, I'm guessing he's like, it's a game, to your point.
Yeah, right.
And I can't have you, but I'm going to keep pursuing. So good for you.
That's a really like, yeah, those memories are really like, they're fun. And I think they're like a life lesson for people to learn in the future, girls.
Yeah.
Sure. So do you have any crazy mansion stories?
Right.
Well, how about we do another cheers and then we'll think about crazy mansion stories.
Cheers. Yeah, right.
What are we drinking to? Crazy mansion stories? Or
Crazy
what?
mansion stories. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you got? Involve
Oh.
yourself or what you saw or what do you feel like sharing?
Well, I will tell you, I'm writing a memoir and it will
Nice.
be out within a year.
There you go. So that's
Yeah.
when we're going to read the stories.
Yeah, you'll read about it.
All right.
All right.
We will have to get you back when that book is close to coming out so we can get a little exclusive.
And promote it.
But I'll probably have some more crazy stories for you guys as we go on.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. So in your DJ and touring days, did you have a favorite country that you went to that you couldn't wait to get back to, or a favorite club that the vibe was just amazing, but more than other clubs?
Definitely San Tropez, the VIP room, and
Okay.
the VIP also it's in Paris.
Ooh.
And Cannes also. So that place, like anytime I went to San Tropez, I never got on my outgoing flight. I always brought my best friend Holly, she's like, I look like I'm high maintenance, but I'm actually super low maintenance. And Holly, which I know you guys would love, she's absolutely low maintenance. Like, she doesn't wear any makeup, super beautiful brown hair, but she is the most high maintenance chick. And I'm taking her on tour with me. Like, I took her on tour with me all the time. So we would always miss our outgoing flight, somehow, some way to actually take a week or two.
Oh, that would be
there's some
fantastic.
good stories right there.
Yeah, right. Right. Man. That would be fun.
And yeah, She would probably pour her glass of wine too about here. She wouldn't have started you guys. It would be like right about
All right.
I'm falling in love already.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the fuller you pour it, the less you have to refill it, right? So that's just more work the other way.
Well, you ask her if she ever wants to chit chat with us. We'll talk to her.
maybe we can do that for the in-studio interview.
There you go.
Perfect. You do bring her on tour, so there you go. I like it. So getting back into the DJ, awesome, love it. At what point did you in your life go, I want to be a DJ? How does that become a passion? How do you?
It was literally like I kind of grew up like a little bit of a band geek. Like
Nice.
Clarinet, I was in percussion, did the cymbals, the timpanis, the guitar. Like I was into everything, but I wasn't super great at anything. But I loved music like so much. So I mean, I understood chords, notes, beats, like everything. And then one day I touched my friend Steph's like turntables and it was like a shot. Just was like boom. And then I was obsessed.
Okay.
Completely obsessed.
Wow. Then you just knew. So how?
Yeah, it was like I remember, God, when I LA, it was like Paul Oakenfold was one of the best like DJs at that time. And it was like I would go hiking twice a day and I was just like, I just want to be the top female DJ in the world. Like I was obsessed with like I practiced every day. It was like absolutely 110% like a preset goal.
And your wealth of knowledge about music must just be incredible because I mean, bringing all of this music together has got, I mean, what do you draw from? How do you get all of that musical knowledge?
I mean, my dad was a saxophone player. My brother was a saxophone player. You know, I listened to a lot of the Grateful Dead, a lot of like the old school, like rock and roll, Eagles. Then, my best friend, when I was like 19, pulled up to my house with bass. And I was like, what the hell is bass? And it was like the electric world went on to where I started going to all these raves and just got really big into the rave scene. And it was just like an obsession, like obsession. And the thing is, it's like music is like, it's a language, you know, and it's like, no matter who we are, whatever type of day we're having, for me, like when I'm depressed, I take my music away. It's like really, so it's just like the impact that music can have on people. It's like it can cheer you up and put you in the most wonderful mood. Like it's like, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know, my favorite thing ever.
So do you incorporate the old 70s rock into, because obviously DJs have more hip hop and bounce and hard driving music. How do you decide what to incorporate to each other or mix? I'm new to the DJ game, so that's where I'm trying to.
When I was traveling like all these countries, I'm going to Turkey or I'm going to Lebanon or I'm going to Africa, and I was always, my mind was so messed up because I'm like, what do they listen to there? Like I was thinking I had to change,
right, to
be like what they wanted me to be, but they wouldn't have hired me to be something else, you know?
Yeah.
I would always, when my plane would land, I would normally find out like who knew what the music. I would take like their countries, like 5 like favorite songs, but I would always bring my flavor into wherever it was playing. It's completely across the world. And that's the thing, is like music is so universal.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's that? Sorry, you cut out on that one.
Oh, I said that's the beauty of it.
It really is. So do you, if I were to see your show 5 times in a row, would it be different each time?
pretty much. What I would do is
We lost your video. There we go.
my camera might be running a little low. Yeah. What I would do is I make sure my first 3 to 4 songs are completely perfect, flawless, and always set. And then anything beyond that, what I learned is like the music is my language. The more I know, the more songs I know, the better I can speak to the people that I'm playing for.
That's awesome. So it's you feel it.
I feel it and I freestyle completely. I never was like, would never program a set, no, I just do it on the fly.
Okay. And that was gonna be one of my questions is like, have you ever kind of had your night set and then once you got into it, like completely wrong for this crowd? So I take a totally different turn.
I had nightmares about that, but no, not in real life.
Is DJing, is music, is it kind of just keeping the beats per minute where you want it, and you can just kind of any song that'll fit into that beats per minute is kind of free game? And then do you bring it up and bring it down? And
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's the beats per minute and the mixing is, matching the drum beats, but then there can be key clashing also, which you want to stay away from. And and then if you're good at that, you can just drop stuff where it makes an impact, where it just makes an impact. So there's lots of different methods to it, but I would say DJs probably judge more than just somebody out there having fun, right? But yeah, you're right, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
So if I want it, is there schools out there to be a DJ?
There are.
Did you go to school or do you just pick it up?
Beginning, I believe in life, like whatever you're into, you should continue to school yourself. So even though I was a professional DJ, I would go to the LA Scratch Academy, and then I would go get private, like the instructors. But I always wanted to like learn and better myself. But there are definitely schools. At LA Scratch Academy, I would highly recommend. They also have it in Miami.
Do you have some favorite DJs?
I love Tiesto.
Okay.
Really like Diplo's producing. Let's see here. Right now, I'm really into like a tropical house vibe, because I feel like they're taking the songs that maybe you guys I don't know if you share my same type of music, but like they're taking some of like the older like 70s, 80s, 90s songs, and they're putting like a beachy vibe to it, which I think is, I want to DJ something like I go on vacation to and like make some money and DJ.
I hear you. We're on our way to Belize in January, and it'd be nice to have some beachy music.
You know what I mean? Though I'll send you a mix for that. But that's what I'm like. It's like the stuff that the words, but you're like, that's relaxing.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we can't go any further.
Okay.
Until we acknowledge that you were awarded the sexiest DJ.
Oh yeah. World's sexiest DJ.
World's sexiest DJ.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never be like, ta-da. It's just not my vibe.
But it's a fact.
Somebody claimed, or somebody dubbed you that.
It is a fact.
That is a fact.
So congratulations.
Or like, I was never the one to go on a radio show or a TV show. I was like, hi, my name is Colleen and I am the world. I just always felt so kind of, wouldn't that be embarrassing?
It would be a little cringy, I think, to have to, yeah.
But that's why you have us bringing it up instead of you.
Right, exactly. We can call you that.
Guys, like, I like to take like women empowerment, like sexy photos. If I'm behind the DJ booth, I probably sound like a dude. Like type of music that I play, like the high energy and like how I feel about it. Like if I was to step on a basketball court, that's how serious I take it. So the world's sexiest DJ thing to me was always, it was like you said, cringy for sure. Thank you. I was always super embarrassed by that. Granted, like I love to take fun photos, like beautiful, like feminine photos
Yeah.
for Playboy or Maxim, FHM, all that stuff. But yeah, beyond that was like,
I mean, I think when you're named Playboy's 50th anniversary playmate and you're a DJ, I mean, obviously you're sexy if you're the 50th anniversary playmate.
Yeah.
So it all goes together.
just a marketing tool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're extremely natural and very photogenic, because even all your Instagram photos, when you look through them, you're just naturally, how do I want to say this? A lot of them look so natural, but yet also powerfully sexy at the same time.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And it seems like it comes really natural.
I love it. Like I love like a goddess energy, goddess of like strength, of like, a strong woman that can like do what she wants to do, and keeping like her feminine powers is like, to me, like that's beautiful.
Right. That's sexy.
Absolutely.
That's a sexy thing.
Should I just get rid of that whole world's sexiest DJ thing?
No, you can
deserve it.
You can keep it so when you do things like this, we can say it. You don't have to say it, but we can say it.
And you deserve it.
Are we filling up right now?
We're filling up. We just finished our bottle, but we're 2-1.
Yeah, weren't you right? Yeah, we got two of us.
So shortly, I'll go get our second bottle.
Ooh.
And you've been on the same stage as Snoop Dogg, huh?
A couple times, yeah.
That's got to be fantastic. I love that man. I'm not gonna even. I love that man.
Isn't it cool? Like he's been able to just be him throughout his whole entire life.
Yeah, I mean, from where he started, who would have ever thought that Snoop would be what he is now? I mean, it's just incredible.
I definitely had the Dog Pound album when I was probably in like second grade. And it looked like it was on a CD. It was like brick walls.
Yep.
Superman.
Yep. That's it.
Like music and into it for so long.
Yeah. That how did that come to be? What was the event that you were on stage with him for?
I think we did a couple Super Bowls together.
Oh shit. Wow. Okay.
Super Bowls. I've done shows with like Flo Rida, Snoop Dogg, like it was like all of my favorites. But yeah, definitely with Snoop, it was the Super Bowls. We did a couple Super Bowls together.
Oh, nice. Is there have you ever been starstruck with any musician that you ran into, or DJ? Because you're
I'm trying to think. I think there was somebody, but I haven't answered that question in quite some time. Yes.
we get that with guests, and they'll be like, I meet them, don't care, but this person walked up and I just lost it or just shut down. So that's why it's fun.
Jenny McCarthy, I kind of loved her when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And we were playing it was called Leather and Laces. It was like an after Super Bowl party, like after one of those things. And I had a bouncer cut me up to the front of the line because I had to DJ this party. It was in Miami. And Jenny was like right in line. I think she was with like her gay makeup artist or something. And she's like, come in with us. And I'm like, there's no way I can pee in front of Jenny McCarthy. Like, I'm sorry. I liked her when she was on like the MTV shows and all this stuff. And like, I think it's really shy.
Yeah. I completely understand that.
Yeah. So it was like, she was going to the bathroom and her makeup artist was like, he was a guy, he's definitely gay, going in the sink. And I was like, okay, you go. And I was like, you guys are probably gonna have to leave because this is not working for me right now.
Understandable. Yeah.
Right.
She seemed like she was fun. She was fun when
Yeah.
any of the shows she was on. She just was she was a little different at the time, sexy. And then she had a fun.
She's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Made fun of herself.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that was nice to see finally.
Yeah.
To be yourself, that was the big thing.
So what about you guys?
What about us guys?
Starstruck?
Yeah. Or the craziest story, like on your whole history of your podcast. Who's told you the craziest thing? And then I'll see if I can top that.
Oh, ooh.
Well, we had the craziest story just with Carrie.
With Carrie Hazel, yeah, telling us about
because she was doing massages.
Mm-hmm.
Yoga.
I'm sorry, yoga. So she was doing yoga. Same thing. No, I'm just kidding. So she's telling us a story. It was amazing that she's like, a friend of a friend, she privately went to their house to teach yoga to them. She agreed to do it after, I don't know how many lessons of going 6 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever. And then after her last episode, they said, nope, you don't have to go back because he just got put in jail for murdering
his housekeeper or something. And she's like, wait, what? I was in this man's house for 6 weeks or whatever it is, teaching him yoga by ourselves. Yeah. And then he decides to murder her. And it was like a brutal murder. Yeah.
It was not
right. So
then she's like, but it was funny the way she told the story. It was
wow.
It, then
we assumed the story was going to end with this guy like trying to pick her up.
Right.
But it ends with him.
So she did a great job telling it as like, okay, I had to stop because he was putting the moves on me. Nope, murdered, skinned somebody or something.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a whole lot.
As far as being starstruck on this thing, I think for me, we just had Matt Noveski, who's the bass player for the band Blue October. We just had him on, and that one was that I fanboyed out more for that one than I have for any of them. So,
oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. I love the band, and I was just shocked that he was willing to even come on. So that one was I was a little
giddy.
Yeah.
A little bit. That's funny. When I did Sirius at the Playboy station for 1 year, and I would interview every like rap star, celebrity, blah 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 blah, and it was so funny because like rap was coming in so quick. Like, do you guys remember YG? Like, Teach Me How to Dougie, that song?
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But most of the time, I didn't even know who these guys were that were coming in.
Yeah.
So then I was just kind of like, what's in that styrofoam cup? Like, give me that.
Purple drink.
Serve and just like so chill and relax.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, rap came in hot, like kind of like I compare it to like the 80s hair bands where every other day there was just something new that was the biggest thing, and you couldn't keep up with rap. It happened so fast.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
As far as crazy stories, then, do you have any? Are you ready to tell one yet?
Well, let's see here.
Or do you need more time to think?
No, I'm just trying to think. Like, I'm working really hard on this book. I don't know if you guys knew, but did you guys know that I had gone to prison?
Yes, I read about it. I wasn't going to bring it up.
We weren't going to bring it up.
We're going to talk about it.
So imagine this. Imagine like being in unicorn like manifestation land, and you got your Playboy career, then you get your DJ career, then like I was dating somebody and he drank a lot, and then I broke up with him, and then the next guy, he didn't drink, but he happened to be a gangster.
Yeah.
And so, oh, that's so great. He didn't drink. got like a Lambo and a Ferrari, all these lavish stuff, and wanted to come into the United States, and he wanted me to drive his car across the border. And I'm thinking, well, he's the one sneaking into the United States. Like, what am I doing? And basically, I got charged with a felony in prison. And it was literally like the person that I am, I don't think should have ever belonged there. Like, it was just those like super crazy things. So that's part of what I'm writing about. Could be called the 5-minute mistake.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing how quickly life can change.
Yeah, it changed. But you know what's cool is I became a yoga instructor in there.
All right. So you probably gave yoga instructions to murderers yourself.
The thing that I was in with though, it was like federal. So
Yeah.
these I think they were all money making women. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like the killers and the crazy whatever. These ladies were all just probably trying to make extras, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they weren't like the cold hard, like criminal, like killing people.
Yeah.
Good.
Uh,
How
Hmm?
long were you in prison for? 4 months?
So I did 4 months, but then I had such depression that I ended up like failing a drug test, going back in for 3 months.
Oh no.
Mhm. Okay. It's
Yeah.
a rough time, I would imagine. That's gotta be hard.
I think it's just, it's like self-harm. You know what I mean? It's like when you're hurting so bad and you're wanting like things. And I told the judge, I'm like, I should have like a stack of papers like this. Like, I have always supported myself. Like
Yeah.
I have many jobs. Like, can I just work? And like they wouldn't let me work. So that spiraled into depression. And I think a lot of the misconception people have is like, oh, well, if you do drugs, you're a bad person. Well, it's like, actually, no, probably that person has something they're very sad about. And
Yeah.
they're trying to numb themselves. And that's really what's happening. And like, that's pretty much what happened to me.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It is a misconception. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. And I think as time goes on, people will learn that,
Yeah.
which I hope, but well, it's a life lesson. And you got rid of them, right? Immediately. Or did
Mhm.
you?
I did.
Good for you. Good for
Yeah.
you. There's better people out there.
100%. 100%. Crazy though. Life is crazy.
It is.
Choice can like really like, put you in a different world.
And then when you came out, we were like, you're restricted. What was the first thing that you wanted to do? Play some music?
No, my buddies picked me up in like a gigantic limousine,
Nice.
packed my like nice clothes and perfume, and my brother brought like, I don't know, like 10 balloons, and we like released them like above the prisons, letting go of like bad people in our lives. So he was,
Sure.
this one is this person, and this one is that person, and say goodbye to this one. And it was just like, you can be great, but you can also have negative influences and people that you tend to hold on to. And it was just kind of like, all right, like, let's let go of this and like start a whole new thing. So we did that. And then we went and had a nice like steak dinner, and just, you really appreciate life when you get out of a situation like that.
I can only imagine how much you must
Yeah,
appreciate
well, I'm
things
just,
after that.
you're telling me that story, and I'm like, that is so true. That is, I mean, that's a neat way to do it, is release. It's simple. It's so simple. Balloons for each person or thought or idea or habit, and release it. That hopefully I can use that someday. And that's really wonderful. I like that.
Thank you. We actually, after that, I connected with this artist that travels all around the world, and we created 19 photos that are shown like in art galleries all over the world. And one of the photos shows me kind of like jumping off the ledge of the building that I lived at in Beverly Hills with a bouquet of balloons. And it's just like sometimes life imitates art.
Yeah.
Like for me, guys, literally, like I just want to be an artist. Like 20 years from now, I hope that I create the art that is in my heart. Just for people just to know, like, you know, like the deeper sense of like things, like what happens, why we do what we do. And you know what? We're all actually the same, but a little bit different.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They say, so they're making all these mistakes, and then you look right back at yourself and you're like, oh, you know what? I'm not that much different from that guy or that girl.
Yeah. I think most of us sitting here can honestly say, like, we're one lucky event away from, you know, having been in jail ourselves. You know, like I know that I've drove my car drunk numerous times, terribly, you know, where if I get caught for that, you know, so we're all just one step away. I mean, we've all made the mistakes that could put us in the, you know, these situations.
You just got away with it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So what do so what do you do today to make you happy besides music with your children? What
play with the kids, right?
What's the go-to game now with the children? I love, because I have a grandson and I'm trying to learn, and I'm going to grab another bottle quick. Hold that thought.
Son, we wait or should we finish up in a little bit?
Oh yeah, we don't have to get through the second bottle by any means. Whenever you let us know.
Oh yeah. We got all night. We're absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Refill too. So the game, like with my son, what I like to do is we like wishes.
Like to what?
I always wish for all my wishes to come true.
Oh.
But we have like the crystal. And then, you know, it's cute. Like Stevie the other day, he wished for me to have a unicorn. And I know with kids, it's always so fun. It's just like you really have to just let go of your adult sense of self and really try and get in their brain, because that's way more fun than all of us trying to think of like taxes and this and lawyers and this and that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The sweet innocence of a child is just the greatest thing.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
I have a young daughter myself, so I get it. I love just how innocent she is, and how, you know, how the world is still all out there in front of her, and
right.
Yeah, can be whatever she wants to be from here. What's that?
You guys listen to country?
Not much. No, we were just in Nashville though, so
a little more now, because we had Raylan Nelson on, who is Willie Nelson's granddaughter, and we had her on the podcast, and we're going to see her this weekend.
Yeah.
So that's country music that we are now getting into.
Yeah.
And I'm not a country guy, but I love George Strait. I will listen to George Strait all day long, any day. I just, something about him hits me.
Yeah. And what's your favorite?
Me?
Like, favorite band for both of you?
We're both giant Dave Matthews Band people. We travel the country. We've driven from Wisconsin to the state of Washington to see them, and
yeah. You know, when I was a fish head, because at first I was Grateful Dead, and then the Fish came along, and when I bought my first ticket after Jerry wasn't around, I said, who the hell is Dave Matthews? To me, it seemed like a first and last name.
Right? It is. Yeah.
It is. That's true. But which song by Dave Matthews? I might have to listen to that later.
My favorite song of all time is called The Stone.
Stone.
Yeah. But I do think there's always been that rift between the true Deadheads and the Dave Matthews fans. there's not a lot, like, I think the Deadheads always have thought Dave was just too poppy and too commercial and too, it's similar, but it's not quite the same. So.
But they did carry on a lot of that fan base, right? Wouldn't you say?
Fish did.
Fish, yeah, I think Fish kind of,
A lot of the Deadheads went to Fish. Yeah.
In like a million years. Dave
Yeah.
Matthews like touring probably a lot.
Yeah, every summer. They put on a big tour. We got a couple trips. We'll be out in Colorado in September to see them.
Oh, I love that. That's so cute. So you guys best friends?
Yeah, we've been buddies for 25 plus years,
yeah.
something like that. So
That's the best.
yeah, that's where this podcast kind of came from in the beginning, is kind of some of the road trips we would take and some of the stories we would tell. And we always talked about how we should be recording some of them. And then when the pandemic hit, we finally started recording some of them.
And then it merged. Let's talk to other people. Let's just meet other people is really what it came down to.
Yeah.
So.
Within 10 episodes, we learned we didn't have that many stories to tell. So we needed to talk to other people.
Oh yeah. So okay, when I was 10th grade, I told my mom, I found out that you could go to a Grateful Dead concert and you didn't even have to go to the concert, and you could find a bunch of LSD and a bunch of anything else you wanted. And my friends came to school wearing these, the skulls with like the roses, of like the t-shirts were like badass. And I'm like, okay, I got to go to this parking lot. Like, this seems like the business. Yeah. So a couple months later, we get tickets to, I think it was the Rose Bowl in California. And my mom goes, well, you can't go unless you bring your brother.
Is your brother younger than you?
Well, God rest his soul. He's passed away now, but he partied 100 times harder than I ever would have. And he was our chaperone. So at the time, I love him so much. At the time, he had a glass, what was it? Like a glass repair shop. He takes some hoopty from his shop, like some customer's car, right? So there's 6 of us. We get in this car and we drive down, down past San Francisco, whatever. My brother dropped like 10 hits right away. And I'm like, damn, this is my chaperone. Like, fucking crazy. What is my mom thinking? We have fun, whatever. We end up in a place called Petaluma, which is very far that way when we were supposed to be going. We had like glow sticks and we were like biting them in the car and like shaking them all over. So it was like stars everywhere. And it was probably the best bonding moment I had with my brother. But as far as sorry, batteries were. So yeah, it was just hilarious because my mom thought he was going to keep us under control, and he was actually the craziest one of all of us.
So he had her fooled, right?
Something like that.
There's something about so he was an older brother.
Older brother, yeah.
And there was something about the oldest that my older brother, my mom trusted too, and
but you're like crazy. I'm like way more responsible.
Right.
Are you going to lose your camera? Is your camera battery dying?
I think we might need to wind it down.
Okay, yeah, so I was going to say I want to make sure we at least touch on Gatefolds and your project or your part of Gatefolds, because if we don't, Victoria will be mad at us. We've had Victoria on twice and we love her. So
yes,
let's talk a little bit about Gatefolds.
Now I believe we're calling it the Rogue Bunnies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rogue Bunnies. Okay.
Bunnies, Gatefolds. Like we're all business women. I think the people that she chose, and Victoria herself, as a hardcore like businesswoman, and it's like Playboy monopolized so much on our looks that the NFT world is, it's a world to be explored, and it's happening right now, right this very second. We are finally launching the NFT. of Gatefolds Rogue Bunny, which is some of your favorite playmates. We're doing the top 100 playmates. I believe I'm like going to be the Metaverse DJ, and I'm just so honored to be a part of the project. So it's on our Twitter, it's on Rogue Bunny. You know, you guys have been to it. It's a whole community. So there's a lot of Playboy collectors out there.
Yeah.
You guys to come join, like hear the stories, and some of the stuff will blow your mind. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's a lot of fun.
And they're beautiful, and they are live. I know every day or right now is a new one's coming up for auction or whatever.
Yeah. Right. First one just went on today. So yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Victoria Fuller, she is hands down like one of the best Playboy artists that Playboy has ever had. And for me, it's an empire. And I wish that Hef's children could have kept it going like longer and longer, but hopefully us girls with the NFT world and the community can keep like the collectors and the fans together.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a wonderful project, and
it is, and the sisterhood all you ladies have is wonderful to watch, that we've been exposed to and appreciate being part of.
Yeah, Victoria is a badass. We love Victoria, and like I said, we've had her on twice, and she's taught me more about that world than anybody else that I've ever tried to, has ever tried to explain anything to me. So she's amazing. So it's cool to be part of that.
Oh, well, thank you guys so much for the interview.
Yeah, you bet. It's been a pleasure.
Let's give you the quick last minute or to promote all of what we just talked about, all of your stuff, all your websites, all your Instagram pages. We'll be quiet and let you just
floor is yours.
Throw it out there. And we'll obviously put it in the below.
So first publishing book is called DJ Boy. It's an illustration book. It's very Dr. Seuss like. It can be a Christmas present. Like, it's about a wonderful boy who brings children of all races, all ethnicities, all religions together. And it's like, where do we hear our songs from? We hear them from heaven, like the melody just like comes down. So DJ Boy practices from sun up to sun down. And it's a fun way to learn music and meet DJ Boy, which will hopefully be followed up with DJ Girl. Then on another tip, we've got the DJ Colleen Shannon Pink Snake Sneakers, which is by Soul Spang. And the tagline I came up with was follow your soul, do what your soul tells you. Because we all have these messages, like you wake up in the morning, you know what to do, like what your soul wants you to do. And a lot of us are going in all these directions. Like, we're here for a short time. So let's listen. Let's listen here. So that's a main like passion project of mine. And then of course, once I get my passports and tour things going, that will be coming through. I've got a song coming out with Baby Goth, who I don't know if you've ever heard of her. Baby Goth did a song with Wiz Khalifa, and she is a badass, hot, like brand new rapper, like right off she's just badass.
Cool.
So other than that, maybe I'll see you in Mexico, maybe I'll see you in London, maybe I'll see you in, who knows? Like, I love what I do. I hope to continue what I do. And then the memoir, which is, it touches a little bit more on the dark side. Like, yes, I'll love it to be super positive, but that's not what life is.
Yeah, right.
Life is out of the dark and like finding your lightness. So the memoir, I'm not quite sure what it's going to be called, and it might possibly be a TV show.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, let's hope for that. That'd be great.
Awesome.
I'll see. Other than that, I just hope everybody stays in great health. And I really thank you for having me as a guest. And thank you so much. That's sweet.
Thank
It was
you.
100% our pleasure. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. And when you are in Wisconsin, we will have you in studio for sure.
Awesome.
Love to have it. And we will bring you the best old fashioned ever.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you,
Here's
Kyle.
Here's to all your wishes come.
You too. Thank you.
God bless you guys.
Thank you, Colleen.
Thank you for listening. The tavern is closed for now, but we'd love to have you back for more fun next time. Seriously though, get your asses out of here.